Hey travelers, welcome back to the channel. In this video of Traveler's Corner, we feature two of my bestest friends, ChadCruisers, Brad and Chris. Now, let's get to know them. Brad and Chris, thank you so much for joining me here on Traveler's Corner.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Not a problem. Please let everyone know about yourselves and your channel.
Well, we're Brad and Chris and Shadow. He's right here. He's our mascot. And we're from the lovely Toronto, Canada. Maybe you've heard of it?
I think so.
So we're a couple. We've been married for what, 10 years now?
10 years now.
Together for over 15.
15 years.
And we love to travel. And we love to eat. And what else do we love?
Travel, eat, work.
Eat and travel, yeah.
That's
It's like, you know, the most important things in life.
If we're not working, we're basically traveling. That's it. So.
And that's the best way to live. Work, travel. Can't do anything without that. So.
That's right.
So, just before we get into everything, I just personally want to thank you guys for all the support you've given me throughout the growth of my channel. Because without you guys, this channel wouldn't be a thing. So, from the depths of my heart, I thank you both.
Well,
Welcome.
We're really happy we can help inspire other people to do the same thing, because vlogging for us is a way of keeping our memories, so that when we're old and gray, there's already some there. We can go back and look upon our previous travel adventures or just family moments, and it'll be there forever online. So it's a great way, and I encourage everyone to do it if they have the opportunity to do so. So
It's lasting memory.
Exactly. All right, now into the hard-hitting questions.
Uh-oh.
So, first off, why do you travel?
You start, Chris.
Oh wow, put me on spotlight. Okay. No, travel is like, for me, it's just like learning other people's culture, see places, to see what the world has to offer. So I like to travel.
Yeah, for me, it's about kind of taking a break out of your normal routine of your everyday life, going to work and just going somewhere different where you don't know anybody, don't know anything, like don't recognize anything, and it just resets your mind. Even if it's a place you've been to before, like the Caribbean, we've been to many times.
A lot of times.
Just going down there, breathing in the ocean air, feeling the sun, feeling the sand, especially after going through a Canadian winter. I'm sure you know that. It gets pretty cold up here and pretty dark, and there's a lot of snow days and rainy days. So going down the Caribbean in the middle of the winter is such a refreshing thing. It kind of helps us recharge our batteries, and it's good for our mental health and just, in general, overall health. So many reasons why we travel, just kind of a reset, refresh. And also I love to travel because I find when we go to different places, I always learn something new. And what they say is, if you stop learning, you stop growing. So I always want to keep learning. So learning new things and experiencing new things.
No wonder I keep growing.
It's like getting taller?
Getting taller and taller and taller.
Amazing. So, the next question, I think I know what your answers will be, but I'm going to ask it anyways. So, what's your favorite way to travel and why?
Let me see. Trains? No, cruising. Me and my boat, as I call it, I love cruising. It's the best way to travel. That's always, best way to travel, because you get to experience everything. I know most people keep telling us that, why do you like to cruise so much? It's just like, you don't get to experience the culture. But for me, it's like a buffet. You're in a buffet where you get to taste or experience or see like maybe 3, 4, 5 places in 1 week. And then if you like the place, you could actually have an excuse to go back. You know what I mean? So.
Yep, Chris hit the nail on the head. I like cruising because it's kind of like, it's traveling made easy. So you just show up at the cruise ship with all your luggage. You only unpack once.
Oh, yes.
And your resort moves from island to island, city to city, country to country. You go to bed You wake up, you're in Jamaica, and you go back to bed, you wake up, you're in Grand Cayman. You go to bed, you wake up, you're in, London. So it's a great way to travel. My other friend, I love to travel by trains as well. So I had to throw that in there. As you see in our channel, we have cruise videos, hotel videos, and we also have transit and train videos. So I love a nice train ride through the countryside. I find it very relaxing. So I like train trips as well.
And the thing there too for cruising, it's good too, because especially for this guy, he's very finicky or very picky about hotel stays, and then food wise. At least with cruising, your hotel is right there. It's a floating hotel, and you don't have to worry about
if you have any dietary concerns, when you travel, let's say you're gluten-free or you're vegetarian, etc., when you're not on a cruise, you're going to different places, different cities, you're kind of stressing out looking for a restaurant that has gluten-free meals or vegetarian meals, what's on the menu. At least on the cruise ship, you show up and you tell the maitre d', hey, I have a gluten allergy, or I'm vegetarian, or whatever your dietary restriction is, and the whole week you're taken care of. You don't have to worry. It says all the stress is gone. So
you just have to show up. That's it.
And that is one of the best ways to travel. Like you said, you see so many things in such a short little time, which is amazing. So next up, what has been your favorite country to visit and why?
You go first.
I'll go first. I love the United Kingdom, England and Scotland and Ireland, Northern Ireland. Just because I have family in Scotland and Northern Ireland. My mom was from Belfast, my dad was from Glasgow, and their grandparents were from Belfast and Glasgow. So kind of personal reasons why I like going there. I grew up with stories of Glasgow, stories of Belfast, and stories of my dad traveling to London and telling me all about the people, the buildings, and the kind of chaotic city it was, and how beautiful it is, and how much history is there. So when I finally got to step on the soil, my dad passed away, and before he passed away, he said he would always want me to go to Scotland to see Scotland with him. Unfortunately, he passed away, but for our honeymoon, that was one of the things we did. We went to Glasgow, and I know when we went, his spirit was with me when I visited Glasgow, so it's always going to be a special place for me, the United Kingdom, and I always have a great time when I visit the UK. It's a beautiful place. Amazing people. We have a lot of friends there and also family. So
I think that's the first time we actually traveled by train. We went to Ireland and Scotland.
Yep.
Before cruising.
What's your answer, Chris?
I was gonna say Canada, because we did the Canada New England, and I didn't realize that how beautiful Canada was. It's just like being on the Amazing Race Canada, which is like you get to see and experience the whole country. It's nice because you would think that because we're in Ontario, it's like, oh, I've seen everything here, but when we did the Canada New England, we get Halifax, we saw
Prince Edward Island,
Quebec. So it's nice. You get to see the other provinces too. So.
Amazing, yeah. Like you said, Canada is so diverse, so expansive that you can be in one place and not know about any of the other places. So
yes.
So, with all your travel behind you and all the countries you've visited, do you have one specific place that's been your favorite to visit?
Wow. Like for me, I'm big on Europe too because of the architecture. I love Europe. Like for most of our vacation is mostly, maybe we'll do Caribbean 1 week, but the rest of the vacation is always Europe, anywhere in Europe. Like we do Scandinavia, Mediterranean, anywhere in Europe. It's just the architecture. I love the architecture.
And Nick, I've seen your first Traveler's Corner, and I'm gonna go with your answer as well. London, England.
Yes.
I could go there every year and not get bored of it. Such an amazing city. It's fascinating. So much history. You got the double-decker buses. You got the London Underground. You got amazing fish and chips. You got the royal family. There's so many museums and places to eat, and just the people are really nice. It's actually a very, very diverse city too. You can find foods from so many different cultures. And
the British accent. Oh my god. Loved it.
Yeah, so I always have a great time in London, and anytime we got a chance to go there before a cruise, we try to go there a couple days early and hang out in London for a few days. So
Agreed. Best place on earth to visit.
Yes.
So, again, with all that travel behind you, is there one thing you have done on your travels that you've enjoyed so much?
Oh, for me, it's the zip lining that we did in the jungle. I can't remember which port.
St. Thomas, I think.
No, not St. Thomas. We went to the forest. I can't remember which one, but
in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean, it was so nice. We started from the top of the mountain all the way down. It's actually good. It's the best.
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't like zip lining. I love zip lining.
One of the favorite thing I did was when we went on a cruise in the California coast, and we stopped in San Francisco, and I love San Francisco as a city, and I love the historic trolley lines, the cable cars, and all we did was buy a day pass for the transit system, and all I did was ride the streetcars all day, and I was in heaven. So
he was in a in a candy store with all the old PCC.
Yeah.
It's just
they had older historic streetcars from all over the world, so they have them all in the one route, and you can ride back and forth up and down Market Street and just sit there and look out the window and watch the world go by. It was a great time.
Yep. Pretty much.
Wow. So, we know you guys love food, but when you travel, do you eat local?
We do. Yes.
Yeah, we try to make a point to, when we're on a cruise, I know a lot of people say, oh, you don't need to eat outside, you just eat on the ship. But we try to experience the food of the local culture. I know, Chris, when we went to a cruise to Greece, you love the gyros. Gyros, is it?
Gyro.
Yeah.
Gyro.
And the souvlaki, the kebabs. And
more like the what's that one?
The French fries.
No, what's the one in Greece?
It was in Santorini. Yeah, it was.
The calamari. It's like fresh, the grilled calamari, and it's so cheap too.
We love the food in Greece. So when we were there on the cruise, we would go off in the morning. Then instead of going back to the ship to have lunch, we just said, let's go try that cafe and try the fresh seafood, calamari, and the gyros,
the Greek salad,
and the food. I remember there's one cafe we went to in Athens. The food was just piled in the plate like a mountain. It was just like, oh my god, it was so delicious.
It was so good,
and
fresh.
Yeah, the staff were really nice. So yeah, we try to try local foods. When we were in Naples, we tried the local pizza. Because that's what you have to do when you're in Naples. That's where pizza is from, right?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than the pizza in North America, so it was really nice. We were just recently in Nassau, Bahamas, and we were with D&G Explorers, Derek and Greg, and they encouraged us to try the conch, which is like the shellfish. I never tried it before, so we're at Senior Frogs, and we tried it, and I was like, it was pretty interesting. I liked it. So yeah, it's good to try the local food, definitely.
We were in Scotland too. We did the haggis, the famous haggis, which is good. That's their famous delicacy in Scotland.
So, has there been one thing that is still on your mind that you could eat again?
I think the food in Greece. I would have to say.
Calamari for me.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah.
It's fresh.
That's the one that comes to the top of my mind. And one thing I have to try, we haven't done yet, it's on the bucket list, is when we go to Portugal, we have to try the bakery with the authentic tarts, the Portuguese egg tarts, the custard tarts. They look so good, and I've seen so many shows about them, and there's this one bakery you're supposed to go to. Maddie from No Maps Needed Travel has talked about it, and that's on our bucket list when we get down to Portugal.
I have Maddie. Maddie's Portuguese. I could just ring him, and he'll send me a authentic Portuguese tart from Mommy's Kitchen in Vancouver. Still Portuguese. So.
Almost the same, but it's a little more authentic coming from the actual motherland.
Yeah.
So, again, all your travel behind you, is there dream locations that you want to get to?
I have 3 on my bucket list. I don't know if you wanna.
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay. Bora Bora, Galapagos, and Antarctica for sure. I think Bora Bora is on our travel list. So hopefully within a year or so we could actually get
The
that
good
one.
thing about us is like we're always kind of on the same page about where we want to go. So I have the very similar bucket list. So I'd love to see the French Polynesia. It's Bora Bora, Tahiti, those islands, just because the Polynesian culture looks really fascinating, and the islands look really beautiful. The beaches look pristine, and the cruise line Paul Gauguin Cruises looks amazing. So I'd love to try
That's
that.
a specialty.
And
Yeah.
Antarctica, like, you have to go see the penguins, right?
Yes.
So that's it's on the list.
Bucket list.
Yeah.
Gotta work.
Mhm, mhm.
Actually, you don't have to go all the way to Antarctica to see penguins. I actually saw some when I was in South Africa a few years ago. So
Oh, that's
No
true.
way.
travel
Really?
that far
Oh.
to see amazing creatures. So
Yeah,
Wow.
true.
So, is there one place that you have been to that you're dying to get back to?
Oh, I want to go back to Paris again. That Paris for sure. I think when we went there, it was kind of like a rush because we did a day trip. We did the French channel, I think, when we went
London
there.
and
Yeah.
Channel Train.
Yeah, the channel. So we kind of like
Going there for a day.
a day. So
Paris deserves a week.
yes, maybe a day or
Beautiful
two.
city.
A beautiful city.
It's kind of like London. It's lots
Yeah.
to see and do. And
You gotta see the famous show in Moulin Rouge.
The Moulin Rouge.
for me,
The can they call it the can. Is it the can? Yeah, the can.
Mm-hmm.
for me, I'd love to go back and see the Panama Canal again. And the last time we were there, we just did the 10-day cruise where it was only the partial transit. It went in the first set of locks, came back out again. I would love to do the entire Panama Canal. I think that would be really.
You need 14 days. Right?
Yeah, it'd be a 14-day cruise, but I'd love to do that. It'd be really cool.
And you gotta go on the new canal.
Two amazing, amazing places. I'm with both of you. Paris was beautiful, and the Moulin Rouge show, spectacular.
Oh, have you seen it?
I got to see it when I was there. So.
Nice.
And Panama Canal, yeah. To go back through and see the whole way through would be amazing.
Because you get to see Nicaragua, I think, on the other side. So.
So, with all that travel behind you, is there one tip or tips that you could give a new traveler out there, or the travelers that have been traveling for years? What is one tip that you take to heart when you travel?
Research. No, like do your research. Like search, like, or watch videos of like where you're going. Like ask questions.
Yep.
You know.
YouTube's an excellent resource.
Yes.
You know, like we're a part of a community, as you are, Nick, of so many different YouTube channels that have been all over the world on different cruise ships and different cities and different islands. And YouTube is an excellent resource to look up places you're planning to visit, and you get little tips and tricks
Yes.
you can find on YouTube, like things you want to see, things you want to do, things to
Things
avoid,
to do. Yeah.
things to try. We always do that. We always, when we're going to a place, we'll look up. We're going to Norway soon, so we looked up the Cruise Monkeys videos of their trip to Norway and the Norwegian fjords on the cruise ship. So we kind of get an idea what there is to do and what we want to do. So YouTube is an excellent example. And another advice I would give is just go with the flow, because sometimes you make all these plans and then sometimes it just goes off the rails, especially on a cruise, because the cruises sometimes, not always, but sometimes they can't make it to the places you're supposed to go because of weather or other reasons, and then your kind of plan gets thrown off. Just don't get too upset about it. Just take it as an adventure, an excuse to go back again, and maybe the cruise ship will go somewhere different than it didn't plan to, so you get to see something different. So just kind of know that things you plan might not always happen to plan. It just kind of, maybe have a plan B, or just be kind of like, water off the duck's back. It's fine. We'll just go with the flow.
Just open-minded.
Mhm.
Just be open.
Amazing, amazing tips, and a couple that I follow myself.
Mhm.
Well, Brad and Chris, thank you again so much for joining me here on Traveler's Corner. Please let everyone know where they can find you.
You can find us on ChadCruisers, and we love cruises, hotels, transit. There's a little bit of everything on our channel. Sometimes we have an identity crisis. But honestly, our channel is all about just stuff we love in life.
It's about cruising.
It's not really one specific topic. It's kind of just, you know, we like this, we like that. We just make videos. So having fun. It's just for fun. So it's been great. So thank you for having us, Nick.
Thank you.
And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Nick Tours.
Wow, two amazing guys that I hold dear to my heart. Now, if you haven't yet, head down to the description and click on their link to their YouTube channel and give them a follow. They have amazing content there. And maybe you might see someone in a couple of the videos.
Toodles!
Bye.
Well guys, we'll see you next time here on Nick Tours.